Alright, in this lesson we're going to learn how to solve absolute value equations. These are going to be notes you need to write down in your interactive notebook on page 19. Alright, so there are some properties we need to know about absolute values. Alright, one of those properties is the absolute value of a number a is greater than or equal to 0. Alright, in other words, it's always positive. Property 2. The absolute value of a negative number a equals the absolute value of a positive number a. Property 3. The absolute value of a times b, and you can split them apart by absolute value of a times the absolute value of b. So let's put a dot in between, that means times. And then property 4, a over b, absolute value, those are two numbers, equals the absolute value of a over the absolute value of b, provided that b cannot equal 0. Alright, now we're going to look at how do we solve absolute value equations. Alright, so let's say you have an absolute value equation. Ax plus b, okay, equals some number c. Alright, now c has to be greater than or equal to 0. Alright, so to solve this, we split it apart without absolute value bars. Ax plus b equals positive c, or ax plus b equals negative c. So all I did was I took the inside of the absolute value bars and made two equations out of it, equaling some constant number, one positive, one negative. Alright, now here's a catch. If c is less than 0, meaning that it's negative, alright, there is no solution. The absolute value of ax plus b cannot equal a negative c. Right, notice that's what the absolute value bar is in there, because since absolute value is always positive, there's no way it can equal a negative. So automatically, if you see an absolute value equation equal a negative number, okay, no solution. Alright, so those are the two cases here. Now on to some examples. Alright, let's take example 1. Let's take the absolute value of x minus 4 equals 6. Alright, just like I said before, we're going to split this into two equations. We'll take what's inside the absolute value bars, x minus 4, and set it equal to the positive 6. Or x minus 4 equal to negative 6. Alright, and we'll solve for both of them. Alright, so add for both sides. I'm going to do it here at the same time. Alright, so those cancel. X equals 10. These cancel. X equals negative 2. Alright, so your solutions are 10 and negative 2. Now, what does this look like? Well, we can draw a number line. And we can have negative 4, negative 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Alright, so we have a solution here at 10. We have a solution here at negative 2. Alright. Now, each of these solutions are 6 units from 4. So here's 4, and if you count 2, 4, 6, so from here to here is 6 units, and from 4 to 10 is 6 units. Now remember, distance is always positive, so it's equal distance to 4, and that is your absolute value as it looks. Alright, let's try another equation. Look at this possible equation. 3x plus 1, the absolute value of this, the absolute value of 3x plus 1 equals negative 5. Alright, so what did we do? Well, we have an absolute value expression equaling a negative number. This cannot be allowed. Alright, an absolute value cannot equal a negative. So therefore, this one has no solution. I should box my answers up here. Alright, let's take another equation. Example 2. Take the absolute value of 3x plus 9 minus 10 equals negative 4. Alright, what we want to do first is isolate the absolute value. What I mean by that is we want this part on one side of the equation. Alright, so to do that, I'm going to add 10 to both sides. Alright, so 10's cancel. We get the absolute value of 3x plus 9 equals negative 4 plus 10 is positive 6. Absolute value 3x plus 9 equals 6. Alright, now that the absolute the absolute value is isolated, we can then split it apart. So the absolute value equals a positive number. We can now split it apart and solve for it. Give me a little more room. All right, so we'll take the expression inside equals positive 6, or 3x plus 9 equals negative 6. All right, so then we're just going to use some algebra. Subtract 9 to both sides. Minus 9 here, minus 9. I'm going to solve both equations at the same time. Those cancel. 3x equals negative 3. Come on, pin. And then these cancel here, so we have 3x equals negative 15. All right, now I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And x is going to equal negative 1. Divide this side by 3. X here is going to equal negative 5. Alright, so that concludes the lesson from here. Go ahead and give this some practice.